Lowershall Farm is 3.2 acres on the western outskirts of Swindon in Wiltshire, and it once was outside the housing area of Swindon, but now we're completely surrounded by houses, and so we're like a little green oasis in West Swindon. And it's really interesting that we're surrounded by houses now, because we thought when the houses would come it might be the end of the activities that we do, but in fact it's been much better since the houses have come, because we've made lots of friends with lots of people who live in the houses, and they, for example, help Andrea run the Lowershall Farm Children's Project. Their children come here, and it's really lovely. It was built in 1779. It's now what's called a Grade 2 listed building. It's one of 5 farms that was bought by the local council in the 1970s for what they called development. The Lowershall Farm is one of the 5 farms which was not developed. We came along and said to them, can we try something? The local council said, yes, you can have it for 6 months. And then what was experimented on worked. The experiment was an interest in alternatives, as they were then called. In other words, a different way of doing things, of living, what is now called the green movement, and was then called alternatives. Organic gardening, recycling, whole food cooking, all those sorts of things. So Lowershall Farm is an experiment that was started 30 years ago that worked. The farm still actually looks like a farm, and many people come in and ask us where the cows are because it looks so much like a farm. But then when they see the murals on the walls and see the chickens running around and see children swinging in the barn where there was once hay, they realize that there's something else going on here. And I say, we farm people, not animals. There are a number of people who live here on a permanent basis.
Lowershall Farm is a community farm. We have a little motto which is life is for learning on Lowershall Farm, and we believe that you can learn everything you need to learn through gardening and cooking and interacting with other people, and I think that's a pretty great ethos to have.
We'll do everything from writing and poetry courses to basket making to yoga to fungus hunting, gardening, knitting even, juggling we're very pleased with, music, we've even had painting courses, you name it, we'll do it. The farm, it still looks very much like a farm, but for example there's an area where the milking machines and the calves were kept, which we now call the centre, and we've converted that and turned it into a series of bedrooms in which people can stay, and meeting rooms and dining rooms. And then the place where the cows used to be milked is now a big craft workshop, so we can do craft activities in there. The area where the hay and straw was stored for the cattle is now a children's play area. Another area where farm equipment was kept is now our tool and workshop. So we've used the same buildings that the farmer used, but we use them for different purposes. And the house in which the farmer and his wife used to live is now our house.
The Wednesday Cafe was opened primarily to allow people in the community to come to the farm and experience the farm. It's open only in the school term time, so we get a lot of preschool children and their mums and dads coming here so that children can see the animals, see the plants growing in the vegetable garden, seeing the farm throughout the seasons.
The best thing about Lowershall Farm is the lambs and all the animals. And, well, really the swing and how there's so many children to play with, really. And that I really enjoy.
We're very keen on an organisation called WWOOF, which is an acronym for World wide opportunities on organic farms. People who want to come and experience working on a farm like this, come and stay with us. They don't pay us anything to stay. We feed them, we give them a bed and a nice time. But during the daytime, they work with us on the various projects that we have at Lower Shore Farm. And what that means is that you're exchanging your work for accommodation and food and good company. And it's a lovely exchange where no money changes hands, but work gets done and people have a nice experience on Lower Shore Farm. We have one a month that enables us to get lovely work done and meet nice people. Lower Shore Farm is also very well known for the Swindon Festival of Literature. We bring writers to Swindon for 2 weeks every May, and we have poetry events, we have storytelling events, we have novelists talking about their latest work, and Swindonians love it, we love it. It's a great way of connecting.
We're here to welcome you. Happiness. How'd you get to be happiness? How'd you get to find love, real love? Love, love, love. Happiness. How'd you get to be happiness? How'd you get to find love, real love? Love, love, love. Happiness. How'd you get to be happiness? How'd you get to find love, real love?